Hey everybody, Spidey here, and as always, I hope you're having a marvelous day. I know that I am because I have a treat for you. Today we're going to be interviewing the one and only Miss Bella Rachlin. How's it going?
Hello, how are you?
I am
Good to
super
be here.
well. Yeah, such a pleasure to have you here on the Spidey Hits channel. Thank you for joining us today.
Of
And
course.
Bella, you are coming all the way from where? Tell us where you're at right now.
I'm in Europe. Yeah.
That is awesome. We also have our friend Mr. Jason here. Everybody knows Jason from the channel.
Hey everyone. Hey Bella. Hey Justin. Thanks for having me on today.
Hello.
And the legendary Matt Fuller. How's it going?
Going on, everybody?
Well, we are recording in the morning, so Matt just woke us up. If you're catching the replay, that probably woke you up again. Well, look, everybody, Bella is an incredible artist. Many of you already know who she is, but if you don't, Bella has been doing art for Upper Deck through sketch cards, but most recently has been doing art for Marvel Collects Tops uh, digital art. And today we're going to be hanging out with some of the collectors who acquired her art, including one that just popped in and left, Mr. Jose. And we'll get him on later. And so very excited to be doing this art reveal. But Bella, let's get to know you a little bit more before we do that, if that's okay. So why don't you kind of give us a little bit of your journey that led to doing art for Tops through Marvel Collect?
Well, I was doing some projects. I guess they knew about it. I'm still not allowed to talk about those projects, but they reached out to me and they asked um, if that's okay for me to work with them because I was working with a different company and they wanted the work done very quickly.
Oh,
Um, so that's how it went, and I agreed, and I was really excited to find out which characters I was about to draw because most of them are my absolute favorite. I love X-Men.
yeah, yeah. You're in good company.
Yay. And that's it, and that's how it went. That's what I'm allowed to say. I think that I had a very good experience with them, and that I had a lot of artistic freedom, I guess. And they
Yeah.
wanted it to be done painted by hand,
Mhm.
like originally
Oh,
traditional art.
well, that is wonderful. And look, I don't know how they discovered you, Bella, but many of us have discovered you on Instagram, and your presence there is pretty powerful. When you make a post on Instagram, it does really well. And you may be posting on other platforms like TikTok and things of that nature, but I would imagine that any company would really like to have you as an artist because not only how incredible your art is, but the reach that it then creates through Instagram. Because according to those reels, you paint in like 60 seconds, so it's really incredible.
Well, it takes several days, so it's
Oh, I know.
60 seconds of a few days combined.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna pop Mr. Jose in. He's here now. I called him making coffee. How's it going, Jose?
Hello.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good evening, depending what time it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Depending on when they're watching, I'm gonna make Bella big here and make that
Hey, Bella,
smile.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for
I'm doing very
joining.
well. Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Jose, in the back right corner of Bella's screen, do you see a little book called X Men?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I see that. I see that.
uh, Jose had a role in helping that book come into creation, Bella. So,
Really? Oh my God, that is so cool.
do
I
you use
didn't
it?
know.
You use it as a
Was
reference
it-
for art?
This one?
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh wow, that
that
is
one.
so awesome. Yes, I'm using it as
Yeah, was it
inspiration.
awesome? Yeah, I mean,
I can show
the
it.
images from
It
that
was
card
personalized.
set are iconic, right? I mean, the Jim Lee's X-Men are very iconic, and it was a cool way for him to do all pinup characters. Yeah, I did just some minor consulting for the book. You can see a lot of the images in the book are actually from my collection, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, wow, I didn't know. That's so awesome.
Well, Bella, what I want you to hear
Very
from
cool.
that is, someone who has a great appreciation for that art that Jim Lee did also has a great appreciation for your art. And when he saw that it was available to purchase, pulled the trigger, and that's the kind of company that you're keeping with your talents.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, well, it's well deserved. So, guys, you all have art, so that's what has you here on the screen this morning that you acquired from Bella. Matt, would you like to go first in showing some of the pieces that you have acquired from Bella?
Absolutely.
So I'm
I
going
think
to
that's
make.
fitting too, because Matt, you were the first one to purchase a piece from Topps Chrome Digital, and you were the first one that kind of caught on to what these pieces were and what their potential was. So kind of tell us about how you found those.
Yeah, it just, what's funny is there's so many social channels out there that it's hard to keep up with everything. So sometimes Insta doesn't get all the love it should for me, but it just so happened I was on Insta that day and going through artists I follow, and I happened to see Bella posted a piece, and I read what was going on. I'm like, interesting. 20, and then, I just sort of did the math on when I would need to bid, and like, I'm getting that. And, I think it's an interesting sort of, as a collector, it was an interesting thing to think about. So it's a traditional piece, but it'll be a digital card, right? And I know some collectors don't think of digital as real. So some collectors might not consider that published. To me, if it's somewhere out there, like Snap and all that, I don't have that issue. So I said, these need to be mine. And I was fortunate that the first three pieces, I kind of managed the process a little bit and figured out when to bid and was able to pick up the first three. And I'm super excited about it. And in fact, while we were talking, I'm like, oh, I should go back over to Insta. And I see that a pencil prelim for one of my pieces ends in a few hours. So there you go.
That's why I'm just keeping you distracted, Matt. That's the whole point of the stream this morning.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'd be happy to share whenever you're ready.
Let's go. You want to share one you have in person with you first? If so, I'm going to make you the big screen.
Just since it's there, since the prelim's up.
Look at that.
Wow. Wowzers.
I almost use that as the thumbnail.
Even with
That is
the no
great
glare, it's interesting. My monitor is so bright.
Uh-huh.
So vibrant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, the detail is just stunning.
Bella, what is it like for you to see someone else holding the art that you created and appreciate it and enjoy it?
I am so honored, and I don't know, I'm holding back tears a little bit because it's really, really touching that someone wants to to hang on my art on their wall. So it means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
It's in a room with art from Dan DeSantos, Joe Jusco, Simona Bianchi. I don't see it there, but I'm pretty sure Hildebrandt is somewhere.
Yep. Hildebrandt,
Really?
Colombo.
EM Gist, Fred Ian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be in the room with those artists as well.
I am so honored.
Yep,
Beyond honored, because these are legends. So if my art is hanging next to theirs,
Yep.
that's it. I'm ready to retire.
This was the
Go
first.
do that.
Wow. I was not expecting you to show that, Matt.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Was this the first one you put up?
I
can't remember the
think
order
Yes, that was the first one.
Yeah. I mean, the
Scarlet
colors
Witch
on
and
it.
then Psylocke.
Unbelievable.
It's amazing. Amazing, Matt.
I have to peek around to see if I'm holding it right.
You're doing great.
Again, just the level of detail is just amazing.
Bella, I would love to hear about your creative process. Like when you get a commission like this and you're staring at a blank sheet of paper, how do you come up with the composition or the idea for the piece?
Well, for those pieces, I had to come up with something really fast. I didn't have a lot of time. So I was just thinking about the character itself mostly. Like, what does the character represent? Like the powers, her background. And then something that would be visually appealing. Like what would be suitable for her as a character and what would look good as a pinup, as a card. And then I also had to take in consideration that it would be relatively small in size, so have it would have to have the effect like this, wow effect with colors, with composition. So quite a lot of things to consider when drawing. At first, I thought it would be even smaller because I wasn't sure how it's gonna look in the app itself. So, but who knows? Maybe they will print it. So I had to think even about that option because they have the rights to do it. So I don't know if someday it will get printed or not.
Bella, I love how when you said that, their heads went. I'm watching on the screen. They're like, "Yes, please, could be printed." Like there was like the some of the genesis of why they made the purchase is like, hey, it's fine if it only ever stays in the digital app. It is technically a published piece, but if it gets it printed, like that's even.
Oh, that would be so cool to see it printed. I hope so. I really hope so. But if not,
I want a graphic tee like you have of X-Men right now with some of your art on it. That would be incredible.
Oh, thank you. That would be awesome. But yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
That's certainly our hope and our speculation. If you look at some of the work that Upper Deck has done before, you look at some of the other sets that Topps has worked on before, they have a propensity to reprint art in multiple sets in different formats. So that's definitely our hope for the set, is that we actually get to physically hold a trading card created by you, Bella. But even if that never happens and it only remains digital, still honored to own the pieces.
Yeah, and for those who for some reason may not be kind of caught up in the state of the world for Marvel trading cards, Upper Deck has had the license. They have since lost the license to Fanatics and are printing Marvel trading cards through Topps. Topps also has had the digital rights to create digital cards for some time now, and been using the Marvel Collects by Topps app to do so. And we, us physical trading card collectors have been watching some of the art that's come through the Topps digital app, going, man, imagine if that was on a trading card. And one of the better examples, other than the ones we've already seen and will see is your Wolverine that you did. Like the idea of that Wolverine being a physical trading card on possibly like Topps Chrome stock, I think would move the needle quite a bit for us collectors.
Can you imagine with the vibrant colors that Bella uses, what that would look like on a Chrome stock? It would glow.
It would glow, yeah, for sure. Or if they do an original art set, that would also be great.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a dream come true. Like a full set.
Yeah. Well, how about we let Jose go next? I don't know if his time's
I got one more too.
Oh, you have one more? Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, this is
The background on this, the lighting effect, it's stunning.
Oh yeah, the lens flare in the upper right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like for Jose to speak on this because Rogue, being painted flying is just happens all the time. So I want Jose to speak to like her. What did Bella do here that maybe other artists have not been able to capture?
It's my favorite of the three pieces Matt showed because doing like a really good rogue, like doing her justice, is very difficult, right? Mm-hmm. She's a strong woman but has a feminine side, and balancing those two things is actually pretty hard artistically, in my opinion. And I think just compared to the same character, other art, I think the rogue is the best of the three pieces. It's really, really well done. I mean, if you told me that like the main cover of a Marvel comic, I'd be like, yeah, obviously it is, right? Like that's just a killer piece. So congrats, Bella, on just like knocking that piece out of the park. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank
you. I have to agree. All three are amazing, but that rogue, it's incredible. Matt, are you? Do you have other?
That's it for the big pieces. I've got sketch cards for that.
All right,
big pieces.
All right. So keep watching because we do have Bella sketch cards we want to show, but we're going to stay focused here on the art next. And Jose, we're going to let you go next, my friend.
All right. So first of all, a couple of things. Justin has had me waiting for months to open this package. I
Since
literally have
September.
not opened this package.
Yeah.
So while Matt went and got it framed and all this nice stuff, I just kept mine sealed.
Jose,
So
Bella
that's
doesn't
one.
know this. Bella, me and Jose have been planning to have you on the channel and do a reveal in September. And you know, it happened now. That's when it's happening. But great patience by Jose.
So the other component of my weight, you know, Justin, I haven't talked to you about this or Matt, but you know, I try to collect at least one piece of original art per Marvel card set, and Topps Digital is no exception to that rule that I've created in my head. So I have been working really hard to find an example of Topps Digital, and the majority of the original cards that Topps had commissioned, they're all digital. There's no original physical art, not even like a pencil component. So you know, Bella's is one of the few times that there's a physical piece to the Topps set. And I was ecstatic that it's her. It's somebody that we followed for a long time on the sketch side, that we really know. I've actually met Bella in person at least one or two Comic Cons. She's a absolute wonderful person in person, and
Thank you.
and so for those of you that can run into her at a con, like I strongly suggest that you commission her. She's wonderful to work with. You know, really like ask you what you're looking for. The character gets into it, does a great job, delivers wonderful work. So anyway, so I'm ecstatic that I was able to finally check the box and pick up some wonderful pieces. I'm pulling it out for the first time.
Wow.
I have no idea. This could be like an empty package for all I know. I don't know. I don't want to show like the address from Bella, but you know, she was like, obviously it's hers. So here's her like really careful packaging.
Wow.
Let's see what we got here. So piece of very hard cardboard, good stuff. Very hard cardboard.
Like
Okay, so here we go. Here's number one. So actually, I'll show you. This is a bonus. I didn't expect it. Must be a gift from Bella. So first of all, thank you very much for this.
Oh,
there are a couple more inside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So Gambit, I'm gonna put Gambit in the bucket of I love the character, and for some reason it's hard to like execute on like a good Gambit. You know, I think there's a lot going on there, and it's just tough to like just get it just right. So when I saw this piece by Bella, I'm like, that's it. She nailed it. So I think this is obviously a gift from her. So I'll start with this.
Look, when a character starts out with Jim Lee as the artist, it's hard for other artists to then continue to keep that level, right? And
I concur.
Very difficult because he's a difficult character to draw. He's so cool, and you just have to figure out how to draw him cool, good looking. I don't know.
And mysterious, yeah.
Yeah,
and you know, you know, Gambit is so hard that I think anybody who's seen the latest Wolverine versus Deadpool movie can attest to how hard it is to deliver a good Gambit. And it's a good example of a funny miss or on purpose miss, but
yeah, because how cool is Channing Tatum? But even he can't quite pull it off.
No, he can't. Ooh, okay, so here it is. Here is Bella's Gambit for the top set.
Oh man, yeah. Can you get it? I know it's all taped up because I want to see that.
Just a little bit of glare. We'll get that. We'll get it out.
All right, Bella. While he's working on that, my brother's favorite character is Gambit. So Dustin, if you're seeing this, I'm sorry. You'll have to enjoy this one from a distance.
And then, Justin, at some point we should get to Jim's question. It's 5 up in the comments.
Oh, check this out. This is really cool.
The authenticity, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jose, we're going to let Bella answer this question while you're working on the package. Bella, how long does that large take? And do you use the same medium for larger art that you use on the smaller pieces?
So I'm answering the question I just saw.
Yep.
Sorry. So how long does it take you to paint a large piece?
The pencils take the most time. The finished pencils, because I have to plan the layout and then I have to refine it and work on the small details, and it takes longer than coloring for sure. So pencils took around 2 or 3 days to finish,
Mhm.
and colors took around 2 days. So 5 full days of work. And for the same medium, yes, I'm using the same medium that I'm using for smaller pieces. It's a mixed media. So I'm using alcohol-based markers, I'm using colored pencils, watercolors, acrylic markers, acrylic, waterproof ink. What else am I using?
Okay.
And sometimes like spray, acrylic spray. So
So
it's a whole combination of stuff.
yeah, and I'm glad you talked through that. That mixture of art like that, is that something you developed over time? Was it trained? Like, because it seems to be unique in the way the colors really pop, uh,
Thank you.
and and the process of watching you do it is actually a lot of fun too.
So first of all, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy it. And it was developed over time. At first, I just tried out the alcohol markers. And before that, I used to paint with watercolors and acrylics. And I really liked the how vibrant the alcohol-based markers, like the colors are just amazing. So over time, I decided to combine those together,
Mhm.
and I was surprised that it works. And with time, I just added more ingredients
Mhm.
to the whole mixture. So I started to add colored pencils, which I used to combine before with watercolors, and then acrylics, and it just it turned out to be very fun because it creates different textures and different looks on the paper. So
So do you have a type of color palette going into the process? Are you just kind of creating it in the moment?
no, I plan it ahead, especially for important pieces.
Mhm.
I do a few things. I do a small thumbnail on just a draft paper to see how the combinations of colors, how they work together, and I also do like a digital plan. I go to Procreate and I color it digitally, like very rough color sketch, just to see what I want to do, and then after planning everything, I start coloring.
Do you have other artists reaching out to you asking for tips on how you do it?
Sometimes, but mostly they ask what brands I'm using, and well,
That
artists yes, but professional artists they obviously don't ask me because they're already professional in their field. But aspiring artists, they ask a lot of questions about the process and
Sure.
the mediums.
Yeah, I can imagine they are. Let's get back to Jose. I think he's ready.
I am. So Bella included this clear cover, but here it is without the glare.
Oh man. All right, Jose, what is that like for you in person?
I mean, it's beautiful. She definitely captured the Jim Lee version of Gambit, which is obviously the best Gambit. I mean, come
Yep.
on.
Yep, without a question.
I think this '90s Gambit's fucking awesome. Oh, excuse me, is freaking awesome.
Thank you, Jose.
Um, and it's spectacular. It really pops. It really, I don't know if you can tell the viewers at home, like it really pops. I love her signature on the piece.
Mhm.
You know, for me, it's like the artist signature is like a little cherry on top, and this is no exception. Just a beautiful signature on a badass piece.
Well, I mean, Bella, you've reached that place where we know that's a Bella, right? Like, but the signature is important.
Yes, and I created this professional signature for important projects.
Mhm.
So this was introduced in this project first, and then on next projects it will be my professional signature. This
Very
was the
cool.
first to show off.
And then,
Yeah.
Jose, I think we've talked about it before. It's just this odd little detail. Like if you put Gambit back up on the top edge, that tiny little bleed onto the white.
Mhm.
I actually love that, believe it or not, even though it won't show in the framed piece. Because again, to me, that's part of the process, and to be able to see that on the physical is just. Maybe I'm weird that way, but I just.
And the staff, his staff actually goes off to the
Yep.
edge a little bit too. I love that.
Yep, it's so cool.
Yeah, Matt and I, sometimes if the art coming off the main piece, if it looks a lot like this, sometimes we'll actually frame just enough to include it, and I think it it adds a lot of flavor to the piece. So it's really cool to see. It's really cool.
And Jose, probably even more so if this only ever stays a digital published piece, even more so to just really point to the original creative physical aspect of the art.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, and the other thing is, and this was something people said about Dan's work too. It's so vibrant in person, and that shows up on the digital card. Some people might not even realize there's a physical, origination of it, because it looks digital. It's so bright,
so perfect, and yeah.
Thank you so much.
For those who collect sketch cards or are fortunate to have some original card art, there's a difference between seeing the image online, no matter how good the quality the artist has taken. Once you get it in your hand, depending on the artist, there's like a pop, right, where the piece just looks like way better. And depending on the artist, like that's like either a little bit better or like way better. And Bella's an example of like, wow, like it looks great in digitally online, but in person it's really like it really pops. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and look,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely want your reaction to that. I'm gonna go ahead and promote Original Art Expo coming up in January, because if you want that experience to see this art in person and experience that pop that Jose's talking about, that really sets these artists and their art apart, you got to come. It's going to be incredible. There's going to be hundreds and hundreds of original art marble card paintings there for you to see, and I suspect, Bella, your art will be on display, and and I promise you'll want to see it. I have a piece that I want to bring that I just think that there's no way to ever truly appreciate it unless you see it in person, and I want everybody to experience it. All right, we got to bring up a special guest. This is Jason, known as Run It Back Collectibles on Instagram. Jason is a big reason why this whole video is even happening right now. He has developed a pretty special relationship with Bella, and was able to coordinate Bella being on the channel. So thank you, Jason. I really do appreciate that. But you also acquired a piece from Bella. Do you have it ready to show?
I do. We'll have to go back to Jose because I think he's got a couple more as well.
Oh, does he?
But I'll share one. We'll go back and forth. I'll share one, and then we'll go to Jose, and then we'll wrap on a piece that I acquired that's very appropriate for your channel, Justin.
Okay, all right. You guys are scary because I thought you all only had one, and
no, I think out of correct me if I'm wrong, Bella. I think you've got 2 pieces remaining yet to auction. And out of all of the pieces that you created for Topps Chrome Digital, only one of them has been acquired by someone other than the 3 of us. So we own most of the collection at this point.
That is true. Yes, only one other person bought another art from this set, except you guys.
Well, Bella, I feel out of place, so I'm gonna have to correct that somehow.
All right, well, I'm going to start with the sketches that she included with this piece. And if you can see some of the artwork hanging over my left shoulder, that's going to be a little giveaway for what's to come. But you can see we've got Gwen here, Spider-Gwen. And one of the questions I actually meant to ask you, Bella, is the 2 sketches that you included, were those intended to be like concept sketches getting to the final piece? Or were these just 2 sketches that you did separately, unrelated to the final product?
These were actually practice sketches. These were from live drawing. So during the live drawing, right there on the spot, I was like, okay, this model looks like, I don't know, Spider-Gwen. So I was like, okay, she's going to be Spider-Gwen. So this was from just practice for me to practice poses, anatomy, because on a daily basis, I don't actually have time, but I try to go to some special drawing events every few months just to learn more, to get better. I don't know. So
That's amazing.
thank you.
So let's show the final piece. I've still got it in the plastic. I've got to get it to the framers. I figured I can't damage it if it remains this way getting to them. But
Oh my gosh.
you've got a little bit of a glare. But what I really love the most about this piece is you think about Spider-Man as being a protector for New York City in particular. And a lot of times Gwen is actually depicted a little bit more as like a street level hero. She's perched on a lamppost and working on like smaller crimes. And what this piece represents to me is that no, like Spider-Gwen is equivalent to Spider-Man. She is a protector of the city as well. So I think that's just a really cool composition and a really cool way to represent her. She's kind of just serene, looking over her city, just like Spider-Man would. So just an amazing piece, Bella.
Thank you so much. Thank you for getting it. I truly appreciate it. Thank you all. I mean, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Jose. I really, really appreciate you guys. So
Hey,
big, giant digital hug from me.
That's awesome.
if you could bring that piece back on the screen for a second, like here's another example. Obviously this character's wearing a mask, but Bella was able to, look at her face. There's a lot of mood, there's a lot of emotion that's being conveyed by this piece, even though there's a mask. That's not difficult. That's not easy to do, right? That's very difficult to execute that. And this is a great example of that. It's a really moody piece, right?
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was going to say too, Bella, what I really love about your artwork is I'm 40, so I spent most of my childhood in the late 80s, early 90s. I grew up with Jim Lee X-Men. I grew up with Mark Bagley Spider-Man. The bright, vibrant colors of their interpretations of those universes is what really sticks with me. And that's what allowed me to kind of dream about superheroes when I was younger. And seeing your artwork just takes me right back. Just the vibrancy that you paint with, the bright colors that you use, it evokes the emotions of those two artists. So just thank you for your work on these.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so honored to hear it, really, because that time was the biggest inspiration for me as an artist. Jim Lee's art, the 90s artwork, the amount of incredible legends that contributed to art during these years. And it was just incredible. I have so many books from that time that I still look for inspiration. And it means a lot to hear it from someone who grew up on this era. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Spider-Gwen, is just naturally plays to your style, right? Like you mentioned the pinks, having that in her hood and things like that. Such a great piece for Jason to pick up from you, Bella.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so Jose, you have more to share? Is that right?
I got one to make you jealous, Justin. Here's just a certificate of authenticity.
Okay. Oh, you didn't. Are you serious? Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting here. I was like, I'm not a jealous type. Yes, I am.
But
Apparently.
here's the original art for that one. So,
okay.
Mr. Matt Fuller, he got a wonderful X-23 from the Masterpieces set. And it's a really cool character, so I was ecstatic to be able to get this one.
Oh, you got the foot claws too, though.
Yep.
You don't always get the foot claws.
Gotta have the foot claws.
Yeah, but they don't always show up.
It's a great piece. Again,
Thank you.
a lot of action, a lot of emotion.
Can we see the full, not, you don't have to take the wrapper off. I just want to see the full pose.
Yeah, I got you. We'll get the wrapper off carefully.
Yeah, Alonzo says these pieces are beautiful. I think I need one in my life.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Oh my God.
This one is so good.
Bella, what did she just tear through? A Sentinel?
Yeah, I was just thinking about something mechanical and maybe some pieces of a Sentinel or I don't know, some lab. Who knows?
Wow. That is incredible.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It was
X-23
really
is a
fun
great
to draw
design.
this one.
All right.
Here's a couple very lovely gift from Bella. Thank you for this. It's beautiful.
course. Thank you for supporting my artwork and for getting these pieces.
You were so thoughtful, Bella.
I always try to show some of my appreciation. So I try to add a gift here and there, especially if I have some artwork laying around. So I don't mind.
Yeah, if you're not on Bella's Patreon, please join. It's a great way to keep up with what she's working on and actually get a chance at other ones of her artwork. So that's a great place to see more of her art.
Bella,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jose. I was going through your link tree on Instagram. I don't think I saw the Patreon link there. Did I miss
I need
it?
to post more often there, but since I have deadlines, I was a bit slow on posting recently.
That's all right.
Really
You keep creating
Getting
art.
tired.
Everything else will work out for
Yeah.
yourself. Okay, we're not done. Matt Fuller has some art for us to show.
Well, Jason still got something, right?
And so does Jose.
Yeah, you're still not done, Justin.
I'm a terrible host this morning. How do y'all have all this? Okay, so who are going to go first? Jason, you have more to show?
Well, mine, you're going to have to bring the file up on screen to show it.
Okay, let's do that while Jose is.
Okay.
So
I acquired another piece from this set. The package is not in my possession yet. I suppose in hindsight, Bella, we probably shouldn't have relied on the United States Postal Service the week before a presidential election. It got delayed. I think the package is supposed to be here probably tomorrow or Tuesday. So I may have to do a short follow-up to share my live reaction to it. But this piece that Justin's going to bring up on screen is absolutely insane.
Wow.
I think, Matt, Justin, Jose, you guys are bigger Marvel card historians than I am. But I don't ever recall seeing a published Spider-Man trading card where the symbiote suit is actually like flying onto him in real time. He's either all Peter Parker Spider-Man or all black suit or symbiote Spider-Man. I can't read the transition.
In 95, he is fighting the symbiote suit, but it's not on him.
I think you're right. I think it's not the only one.
There's Eddie Brock we have him, having the suit come on plenty of times. But the symbiote suit coming on him while he's in the red and blue costume, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And since he's not fighting it, this gives me very much like 1984 Secret Wars vibes.
Yeah.
It wasn't really clear he was the symbiote.
And what's crazy to me about this piece too is, Bella, your selection of using the teal background makes it seem like he's in space, right? The symbiote suit is an alien. And it just makes me feel like that's where he's at when this is occurring. And it's just such a non-obvious color to choose, and yet it makes this piece pop so much. It's crazy.
I like your interpretation of it. So let's go with that. I just wanted to have like a dramatic effect, and I thought that this like a turquoise bluish color will give it like a dramatic kind of scary effect. Like he's changing into the symbiote, or is he fighting it off? So if you think that he's in space, I think that is so cool. So let's go with that. And I have to give credit to the manager of the Topps digital app, because he asked for this idea specifically. So
oh wow, kudos to the Topps digital app manager.
Yes.
Absolutely. That gives us a lot of confidence about the future of what Topps has up their sleeves for Marvel, to know that they're this connected to the character and they have this passion for the characters. We love to hear that.
Yeah, he chose the 11 characters that I drew for this set, so I was so happy with his choices. You can see from the characters that he chose that he absolutely loves each one of them. So
This is a wonderful piece.
Reddit.
Wonderful.
Chrome person is also the person on the physical side, because that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Topps, if you're listening, and we hope you are.
It's a great piece. Great piece.
Thank you so much. This was a really, really fun piece to work on. I guess, every piece was incredibly fun and challenging to work on, but this, I love Spider-Man, so for me that was the star of the set.
Amen to
But
that.
then again, I liked each character on this set was just incredible to work on because he chose the best ones, really.
Yeah, amazing.
Thank you.
All right.
Jason, congratulations. Looking forward to having you back on the channel when you get to open it physical. That's going to be fun. And I accidentally removed you from the stream. Here we go. Jason, any other surprises?
Well, I think Jose still has a piece.
Okay.
Jose has one more piece to show.
All right, Jose.
I know which one this
Do
is.
I? So I saw this. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to get this piece. Like, this is, again, like, yeah, it's a great character, but again, it's just great execution on the character. You can't, we can't take for granted that just because it's like a Spider-Man or a big character that the artists will do a good job. Like, it takes a special artist to really deliver what the fans really like, and I think this is another great example. So,
And you remember when this one was going live? He and I were working together to make sure we had the timer right for him. Like, what's the countdown? What's the countdown?
Oh, I
I
know
was
what
very
this is.
very nervous to figure all that out. I have done a lot of math on those Bella auctions. So this is
Oh my gosh.
Wolverine, yay!
the best there is.
I mean, the X-23 in that pair is such a good combo too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the orange.
It's just like,
wow.
I don't know, my favorite Wolverine costume, probably many people's due to our ages, our favorite Wolverine costume. And just like, nice action, still like full body. It's just badass.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Thank
Jim
you
Lee,
so
but I
much.
love the reflection off the claws as well. That
Oh,
just
yeah.
reminds me of the animated series so much too.
It's a beautiful piece.
The way
It's a
all those
beautiful
colors
piece.
complement each other. Like, again, I'm not an artist, so if you told me you'd be able to get an orange and a yellow and flesh tones all in the same piece and just have them pop, I'd be like, aren't those too close? But oh my god, it's amazing. And just the gradient of
Well, and
Oh,
Bella,
it's
for
awesome.
you, Wolverine's is like Spider-Man. It's been done so much to attempt to create a pose that might become an iconic pose is really difficult to do, and it not feel like something everyone else has done, but you did it here.
Well, I truly appreciate you saying it because it's very difficult to come up with something refreshing for any of those characters, actually. So I was still taking inspiration from my favorite artists as I came up with this composition, but then I thought, what would be the coolest, like for Wolverine? So he has to look badass, he has to look like he's about to rip something with his claws, or like as if he's already ripped it. You can see like the parts over there flying. And then I just looked at the 90s artwork that I enjoy the most, like from these cards from the 90s.
Did you reference that book that's sitting next to you?
I did, and also I referenced a lot of Julie Bell and Boris Vallejo and also Joe Jusko, just for inspiration, from that era, because they did such incredible art.
I love the thought that something that Jose helped create, the X-Men book over there, you then used as a reference to help create something that he then gets to appreciate now. And it's the creative process, is when you created, it creates, like it has this domino effect. And so be in creation, do the work. I love that. And now Jose gets to enjoy a piece that he had some part to play in.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that a lot of us that collect Marvel cards, we collect it for the art. And, we're looking for hey, we want to see a great rendition, different rendition of our favorite characters, right? It's a big part of why we do it. And, this is a great example of just delivering. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking forward to seeing, right? When we have an artist, when these companies, when they commission artists, we want to see a different take, and this is a great balance, classic costume, but with a pretty unique pose, in my opinion. for such a spectacular character. So thanks for this, Bella. This is gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you for getting this space. I truly appreciate it. And I appreciate you all. So thank you for all the kind words and for the I don't know, like I'm really getting emotional about this. Like for all the love, I don't take it for granted. So I truly appreciate it and sending you a big hug.
Okay, I'll take it.
I mean, Tops, if you're listening, we want original art. We want you to pick great artists like Bella.
Please.
And hey, maybe some of these can make it back to the cards. You already have the art, so bring some of that great Tops digital art to cardboard. We'd love that.
100%. Original art is undefeated in its impact on the collector for trading cards. So Tops, if you're listening, you don't want to miss out on what that'll do for you as a company and what it does for us as creators. As collectors, and then what it does for the creator that's involved as well. Original art is the way to go.
Yep.
Definitely.
And maybe we should say traditional original art, because we don't want to imply that digital is not original art. But yeah, something we could physical original art.
Yeah, and look, there's going to what it does for the artist when it's physical has a much bigger domino effect than what it does for digital. And obviously there's going to be both in the future. There's no way around that. But traditional painted, drawn, sketched, however you want to say it, art for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Josh has a question in the chat that I wanted to ask you too, Bella, which is, who is your favorite artist? Which artist do you draw inspiration from? I know we talked a lot about Jim Lee today. I know just before we jumped on the show, we were talking about Greg Hillebrand, who was a treasure to all of us in the community that we just lost this past week. I think he was an inspiration to you as well. I'd love to hear who you draw inspiration from.
Well, so obviously Jim Lee, yes, that was one of the biggest inspirations for me. That was also the first comic books that I purchased was from Jim Lee. But I was aware to the other artists before I got into comic books, because I liked fantasy art first. So I loved Greg's art, Julie Bell, Boris Vallejo, Joe Jusco. I knew their art before I got into comic books, so they're a huge inspiration on my creative process. And besides that, the list is just is too long. So if I'm forgetting any artist, I'm apologizing for that. But there are so many, and so many different styles. So not just the painted artworks, but also like comic book style, like Olivier Coipel, Ariel Olivetti, Alex Ross, which is incredible. There are so many that I'm just blacking out. But
Great list of artists.
Yeah, so I can just look through. Okay, so yeah, J. Scott Campbell, for example. I'll just pull this off to keep remembering names. Let's see what else I have here.
Yeah, J. Scott
just
Campbell.
Too many to remember, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you just described a few lifetimes worth of inspiration, right? And just those lists of artists, and but the same artists that that really I think inspire us as well. But I think your name is going to start being mentioned with others who are inspired, Bella, and so keep up that great work.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Matt, are you ready?
Sure. So we're going to go back in time a little bit.
Okay.
This is the first set where I was introduced to Bella, which is Marvel Premiere 2017. And this was actually the first card of hers I pulled, and I was an instant fan. For anyone who doesn't know, this is the front and the back of a quad panel. So you get two pieces of art with these oversized.
In fact, Bella, did you only do large pieces for this set?
I think so. Yes, it was like this vertical set. Maybe. I'm trying to remember because that year I did several sets and I did later on another premiere set. So
Yep. And I think I have a smaller one from a different premiere set.
Hey, Matt, and I know most of our viewers are going to know what you're showing, but do you mind just giving a little bit of context to those who may be stumbling on, who may only be familiar with Bella through the Marvel Tops, Marvel Collects Digital Tops app?
Sure. You mean talk a little bit about the set?
It's a physical sketch card.
Yep.
And
So this is, I don't have one in front of me, but it's an oversized sketch card. So if you see the lines on there, each line is a traditional sketch card size. So this is the equivalent of 4 sketch cards put together, but it is one solid piece. So it's 3.5 by 10 inches in dimension. And in this particular set, Marvel Premiere is a sketched focus set, was a sketch focus set since we no longer have it, where you would buy, the pack was actually a metallic tin, and you would get a pack of cards that would have a couple physical and one sketch in it, and you would get an oversized sketch, either a double, which is 2 of those panels, a triple, which is 3, or this, which was a quad, that's 4, or you could get a 5 by 7. So you would get a regular sketch card and an oversized sketch card in each box. And it was just, for a sketch focus collector, it was just amazing. And I went absolutely bananas on this set.
I would imagine.
So this card is what really made me take notice of Bella, but it's sort of like
what year is that?
2017.
2017. Okay.
I didn't realize that she'd been doing sketches that long.
And there's a quote somewhere, and I forget, maybe it was that Leonardo DiCaprio, Django Unchained. It was something like, first you had my interest, now you have my attention, which was this card.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, you can, and Matt, if I may, and you just correct me where I'm wrong. When you're seeing this, you understand that the artist likely had to do this under some type of a time frame quickly, right? And with the limited space that the sketch card affords, and you saw the natural raw talent that is clearly there in the composure of the pieces and in the faces and the hands. Like, I'm seeing it all with you for the first time, so you have a real artist on your hands. And I don't mean to talk down to any other artist, but I mean like top level talent.
Oh, yeah. And this particular set introduced a lot of, again, not new artists, but new to Marvel sketch cards artists. And again, in particular, I was like, this is sort of like Liddy Lee in 2016. And this one had a lot of artists who actually did work for this set and never did another Marvel set. But yeah, once I got this one, I was like, all right, I'm hooked. But the challenge was, it's not like I saw something that other people didn't. This is clearly beautiful, and everyone sort of caught on immediately. Saying, we got to figure this out.
And Bella,
these don't pop up. These don't pop up.
No.
And there's so much. I mean, there's so much to celebrate in this piece. I mean, it's 2 pieces really. I mean, the level of detail, unique poses, the faces are just very well executed. The hands, which are difficult to do, are just really nice. I mean, wow. Yeah. The background, is in itself is beautiful. I mean, just look at that artistically. The background is just gorgeous.
And that's really what makes this, from a great sketch to just a top 5 artist sketch, right? Is that the characters are beautiful, but the extra time put into that background to really move it from a sketch card to an art card, right?
And if I may, Bella, back in 2017, you had to be what, like 16 years old? I mean,
no, I am 32 now, so.
Well, you look incredible, and
thank you so much.
Now, talk to us, like, what was going on in your world in 2017 when you were putting these together? And I mean more professionally, right? Like, where were you at professionally?
It was kind of the beginning. I think this was the first set, or the second. No, I think it was the first that I did for Upper Deck ever. So I really wanted to put my best efforts into it. Although every time I did a set for them, I always enjoyed it and did whatever I could. This was very challenging because of how the cards are separated. So you can see the line in the middle of her face.
Right.
Those are, I never understood why it's there. I don't know the purpose for it. Why it's like 4 separate cards, but it's big. I don't know.
So the original intent was, so the 2 cards have a little hinge in the middle and they can fold. The intent was you could actually fold this. But I think, and I've seen a few people do it, but I think you're crazy because since it doesn't have a real hinge, it could easily fall apart.
Right.
Yes, it's also, I don't know what type of paper is this set, but it was, I don't know, not the usual paper that I work with, so I had to be very, very careful with it. So to fold it seems crazy. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I know very few people who fold them.
So yeah, professional, it was from kind of the beginning. I started to do professional projects in 2015. So that was the first Upper Deck project, and
Yep.
and
So this one, we're jumping ahead a year to Masterpieces 2018. And again, just, so this is a normal 2 point, you're probably showing bigger on your screen if you're watching on the computer. But this is a regular sketch card, 2.5 by 3.5. And again, the character, like if there was no background, this would still be a stunning sketch. Yep. Exactly. But the details of the coloring and the gradients in the background, the white and the flares around the hand, it just makes the sketch absolutely jump off the card.
Thank you. I'm glad that you like it.
Yeah, and just, did you enjoy or did you dread working on this small surface?
It was fun, but it depends on the set. When it was a big set, then it started to be very tiring, and I started to wear glasses because of, I guess, all the work that I've done during that time. Because you have to work very close, and then after a while, just get tired of it because you have to draw on such a small scale. So it was challenging, but it was also fun, especially for the characters that I liked, like the X-Men characters. It's always fun, so no complaints there.
Yes, so Matt, it only cost her eyesight. Thanks.
Exactly.
Appreciate that.
Another from 2018. When I saw Jose getting that piece, I'm like, oh, that's okay. I've already got an X23.
Yeah, everybody got an X23.
And it's an incredible X23. And I always like to bring out this point because I think it's just not stated enough. This is a published piece of original art. It's licensed by Upper Deck. It's sketched and colored and painted, whatever medium you used, and it's on official Upper Deck stock. And so it is a true one-of-one original art piece that's published.
Yep. And again, look at the background. I see blue, green, pink, sort of purplish, and then the white speckle effect. I mean, just the time spent on that. We as collectors just appreciate and love that attention to detail.
And the faces on all of these just blow me away. That's the first thing that grabs my attention. I mean, Bella, your ability to put emotion into the faces, they're just so beautiful.
I'm glad you think so. Thank you. When I look back at old art, I always see things that can improve today and better ways to color, better techniques. So I try to, not to get into that. But I'm glad that you like it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, Bella, I was waiting for you to do that, for you to say, you want to let us appreciate it because we do, but you're sitting here thinking about what you would do differently today, right? but I think that's every artist, right? That's the process of being an artistic creator. Is you're always seeing what you can improve on.
Yeah, definitely. I try to overlook all the so-called mistakes from back then. But hearing your kind words about the art from this set is really incredible to me. So thank you so much.
So Justin, you'll like this. So we're jumping ahead to Premier 19 here.
Ooh,
So this is an example of the two panel card, and they do have this hinge between. So it is designed to be folded like a book, and it the problem is that hinge isn't flat. It's actually a little divot, so you can't really get in there. So it does sort of have this division, but again, there's nothing about this that makes that a problem. Just the
Matt, you missed the obvious point. That division there is so you can cut it out and share with your friend. I'll just take the top left corner.
There you go. And again, look at that zoomed in detail right there.
You know, I don't see that much with her eyes. That is really nice.
Yep. And you got the soul sword, and then we don't want to let out. Oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead. Not give another X-23 her due there.
Yeah.
And I'm actually also a fan of when you get two different characters on a card like this. Some artists do the same in the front and back, which is still great. But I like when you can get the variety.
That's a beautiful sketch, Matt. Congratulations.
Now we're jumping ahead again. This is Marvel Annual 2020. And this, what I loved about this the most, outside of the art, is that this is a relatively obscure character.
This is M, right?
What's that?
M, just the character M?
No, that's not Monet St. Croix. This is oh my God, Layla Miller, who was originated in House of M, which is one of my favorite stories.
I don't know who that is.
She was a young girl, and she was the only one initially outside of Wolverine who remembered what the Wanda alternate reality world was like. And she was sort of the reason they were able to regain their memories. And then she evolved and was in other stories. So,
oh, wow.
It's a nice deep cut character.
So, Bella, does this show your depth of knowledge as a comic book reader, or did you just randomly somehow stumble across this character?
An AP, an artist proof card, right, Matt?
I
commissioned this.
Was it? I
don't.
Oh, you know what? You are right. I'm sorry. There you go. It's down there.
There it is. I see it now.
It's super hidden. All right. So that would explain why it was such a deep cut.
Okay.
and how bad this memory up here is. Good Lord.
Well, okay, because I'm impressed all the way around, Matt. Obviously, you are one of our savants in knowing the deep cut X-Men characters, but I was like, if Bella just did this on her own accord, wow.
I might choose expert over savant, but hey, go with what makes you happy, right?
Yeah, well, compared to the room that you're in right now, I would say savant.
Well, I think there's an important detail about this too. Bella, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I've noticed on your APs, you only sign the front, and on the pack pulled sketches, you sign the back. Is that correct?
I think this one is signed also on the back.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Is it, Matt? Do you remember?
Well, maybe when we go to some of the more modern ones in a second, we'll see if there are any with signatures on the front.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of these had signatures on the front, correct?
I wasn't sure back then if I'm allowed to sign the back, so maybe some of them miss the signature part, but then when I figured out it was okay, I signed it on the back as well with the full name.
I'll speak for me. I like both. Not that you have to have a full signature on the front, but I like something personally, and of course signing the back I think is important.
Yeah, and this signature is very subtle up in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So we're jumping ahead to Masterpieces 20 now.
Oh.
And I think there's your answer. I don't see a signature here, so it maybe is only the APs.
But that's not an AP, I think.
No,
right?
this is the pack inserted, yeah.
No,
so I think the theory.
The packaged cards, you're not allowed to sign the front.
Okay. So that is the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, no, great Emma, and then a great Mystique, both from the set.
Wow.
Yeah, the reds and the blues just again pop on this, and just the little detail.
And the eyes, man. Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't know that you have so many.
We say that often about Matt.
I had no idea Matt even collected sketch cards, really.
Yeah.
Surprise! Then we got 3 more, so we won't drag this out. So we get again now the third premiere set, Premiere 21. Now this is just a single card. I got this one. I got from a collector who was a big Omega Red collector, and then he got out of the game. I'm 90% sure this is an AP. And again,
That's an AP for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the signatures, like we've just discovered, that's sort of a giveaway. So I'm guessing the AP might be right
There it is.
there.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
can see this faint outline.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, great Omega Red. And then jumping ahead to
Ooh.
Danny Moonstar and AP. This is on the X-Men metal stock. You knew I had to have one of these in here, right?
Of course. That is so good.
Yeah. I just
Look at the clouds in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so good. And then the last one was a commission I got done at New York City Comic Con, not last year, but the year before. And I provided the Women of Marvel blank.
Yeah.
Again, just love this. The watercolor, the detail, and again, to just have it, in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's a con sketch, but
Yep.
it's still like really good.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Fantastic con sketch.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Well, that was incredible, Matt. Thank you. Always bringing out more than I ever expect, and I don't know why I continue to be surprised by that, but you have a way of doing that. Thank you. So, Bella, what was that like to walk down kind of memory lane with those sketch cards?
That was fun and surprising because I haven't seen these cards since I painted them.
Mhm.
I didn't see them at all. So except the ones that were commissioned, obviously.
Yeah.
So that was refreshing and fun, and it's nice to see the progress a little bit.
Yeah. Do you see sketch cards as part of your future?
The small sketch cards.
Yep, doing those either
Um,
commission or otherwise, without giving
Well,
anything
maybe,
away.
yes. I still have one AP left from the Wolverine Fleer set that was released
Plain.
recently.
Yeah.
And I might do more sketch card sets in the future, so I will have more APs for sure.
Beautiful.
And I still have also like APs that are not exactly from Upper Deck, but I'm planning to put them on my shop page and see how
Yeah.
it goes.
So everybody keep an eye out on Instagram. So Bella, you've shown us, and what we've seen here is all Marvel. Do you venture out into the other, properties, whether it be DC or anything else like that?
Yes, I've done some cover work for different companies, for smaller companies mostly. I've done one variant cover for Image, for Crossover, if you know that comic book. And,
I feel like I've seen the name, but I don't know it.
yeah, I haven't read it either, but I've seen it in shops. And
Did somebody share recently something that you were doing with a Kickstarter with Overpower?
yes, so they brought back the brand that was in the 90s, and they changed it a little bit because they're not allowed to use Marvel or DC characters.
Uh-huh.
So I'm doing another card for them right now, and I've done 2.
Now, are you
2
creating the characters for them, or
No,
which
just
which characters is it?
well, these are characters that don't have copyrights. The ones that I've done so far. One from Egyptian mythology and another one from the Dracula story.
I see. Okay, so these have exceeded that 100-year copyright rule or whatever, so anybody
Yes.
can use them.
And the card that I'm working on right now, also I think it doesn't have copyrights issues. So, but they acquired copyrights from Witchblade. So hopefully I'll get a
You
chance
would
to
kill a Witchblade. That would be incredible.
Oh, that would be so fun. I love her. I love her character.
Yeah.
She's great.
Cool. Derper Derper Do, our friend, says, would you want to work on a series? And I think he means like creating art for,
A
full
comic
trading
book
card
series.
set.
Yeah.
Oh, a comic book
Ah,
series.
a
Yeah.
Oh,
comic
okay.
book series? Ah, okay. So I'm doing some pages for an independent writer right now. It's been going on for like 2 years because I keep having deadlines, so it's been slower than usual. But that's the only series that I'll be doing, I think, because it takes so much time, and I have so much appreciation for comic book artists. I feel like I'm enjoying more to do a single artwork, whether it's a few characters or one. I feel like I enjoy more coloring and painting a single piece rather than a whole page.
That's
Although
such a
it's fun,
grind.
it just
Yeah.
takes so much time. So
Are you doing both the inks and or the sketch inks and the coloring for that?
no, I'm doing pencils, but I'm doing like very, very tight and dark pencils. So the colorist that works on this project, he just colors over them. And when he puts it in Photoshop, it just something in the settings, it makes it looks like it's inked already. Although it's
Oh,
just
that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. How can your fans continue to support you, or what else can we do to support you moving forward?
First of all, you have supported me more than enough, so thank you so much for it. I don't know if you guys wanna uh, be on my Patreon. You can. I'll try to post more artwork over there because I have so much artwork, so many pictures in process that I haven't posted yet. Or if you want to grab a piece from my shop page, there are still a few available pieces, and there are more that are laying in portfolios, and I just need to go over them. And I'm moving soon, so I've been rearranging things and cleaning my studio, so it's still a whole process.
Now, I saw this. I'm going to share it real quick on your Instagram. Let me get to it. And if you want to buy Bella a coffee, you can buy her a coffee,
Oh,
which I think
I
is
forgot
awesome.
about that one. Yeah.
Here's her Patreon and your YouTube channel, obviously. Amazon wish list. Bella, what is Redbubble?
I think it's a shop where you can choose some prints, either a print or a T-shirt or like a pillowcase. But
Okay.
I'm not allowed to put any published characters there because of copyrights. So I have a little bit of art that I did some years back of like just cyborgs and stuff. So you can get like a pillowcase with my art on it, but nothing branded, like nothing from Marvel or DC.
And where can we find your shop page?
It's on my Instagram, on my main page. In the bio, you can just tap on it.
All right, I'm going to share that in a second. Oh, I see it here. Because I want people to, to support you in the ways that they want to, and the way that would best serve you. So, okay, so I'm here, and you said click on your bio.
Yeah, you see it
right there, art shop. Yep.
Art shop. Here we go. Yeah. So if you're not following the Bella _Rachlin _art, be sure to follow that. Guys, I think this is where you all purchased your art from Bella. Is that correct?
That's right. This is the account where she posts the auctions for Topps Chrome Digital. You can see the Psylocke preliminary art sketches up right now.
Yeah, so guys, don't follow this. Let me finish buying what I need first. And then, no, I'm just kidding. Please do follow if you want access to Bella's art. This is, I guess, primarily where you can get it for now. And then, of course, you have the Patreon as well. We had some more questions here, Bella. We had a question of, is there a character that you haven't gotten to do that you want to do?
Yes.
Who's that?
You mean professionally or just in general? Or
I
it
think they
doesn't matter?
I think they may mean professionally, but you can answer it both ways if you like.
Well, professionally, obviously there are a lot of characters that I haven't drawn yet that I wish to draw. Professionally, it would be awesome to draw all the X-Men, all of them, including.
Look at
I mean,
Matt. He's
I might
glowing.
have drawn them on the sketch cards, but I wish to draw them on a large scale, like Cable, Bishop, Storm,
Danny
Magneto,
Moonstar.
yeah, Nightcrawler. That would be awesome.
Oh, wow. You haven't done Nightcrawler yet? That seems like a perfect character for you to do.
I drew Nightcrawler for a live stream with David Finch a few months ago.
Oh, I
So
remember seeing that.
That was really, really fun.
David's great.
He's amazing. He's such a sweetheart. So, I mean, but professionally, I haven't done any Nightcrawler art, so that would be really fun. And I don't think I've done any recent commissions of these characters either. So, I mean, Storm, I still have more commissions to do because she's very popular, and I understand why. She's one of my favorites, but I don't know. I still want to draw like Cable and Bishop and more X-Men.
Well, Casper wants you to do a MODOK. He's.
I actually did a MODOK commission a few years ago, and that was really different and fun because I did him very like scary looking.
And Hercules is on your ban list. I don't know if you're aware of that. You're not allowed to draw him.
Justin collects Hercules on the side. He just wanted anyone to know.
Oh, really?
No, Matt, hold on. Let's go. All right.
It's the character that chose him.
It's gone. No, we do not collect Hercules. Hercules is a curse and a plague on the comic card collecting human race. So we need to eradicate him as much as possible. Welcome back, Matt. Bella, just to give a little context, I opened up some very expensive Marvel cards and pulled multiple Hercules sketches. Not a character I collect or want, and now the community is forcing him upon me.
Oh no!
It's like this close to bullying, like so.
Oh,
they literally
I understand
mail
the
me stuff.
disappointment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's too much like a WWE wrestling character for me. I have no room in my collecting for him. So
I had to draw him for a couple of sets. So hopefully you didn't. Yeah, hopefully you didn't pull these cards.
Bella's on team no Hercules, so that's good.
I mean, he's okay. It's just very.
He's not X-Men.
I think he's a strong choice for Justin to collect. Very strong.
Jose, gosh, the moment you think you have friends, then they treat you like this. But more magic. We need more Bella, Ileana Rasputin.
Yep.
More magic.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, Bella, you just said something that caught my attention, which is you said you were asked to do Hercules. So when you're getting commissioned by Upper Deck to create pack pulled sketches, are they telling you which characters to create? Like how much flexibility do you have in like who those characters are, the costumes that they're wearing, and how much of that is dictated by the art director?
Well, on the sketch cards, sometimes you have like a small name on the sketch card, so it means you have to draw obviously this specific character, or you have a list of characters you're allowed to draw and a list of banned characters as well. So from what you have to choose, if the options are limited and you have a huge amount of sketch cards to do, then this is it. You have to draw one of these, and you know. But for Hercules, I think I had to draw him because his name was on the card, and I had to draw him at least twice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a traumatic
I didn't
experience.
mind. It's
Or
just
you had to
he has a
relive that.
very weird design. So
Yes, he does. Bella, do you have any U.S. based Comic Cons or shows that you're going to be attending in 2025?
no plans yet. So
Oh,
we'll see.
well, hopefully that does happen. We'd love to have an
I
opportunity
hope
to
so.
visit. Cool. Well, look, guys, do you have any other questions? Does the chat have any other questions? Or Bella, do you have anything else you want to share?
Just a big thank you.
For sure. Well, we'll definitely have Jason back on to do the reveal of his Spider-Man piece and the extra bonuses that appear to be coming with that. And who knows what Jose and Matt are going to come up with in the future, but I won't be surprised anymore. Bella, you are always welcome on the Spidey Hits channel. If we can ever serve you in any way, if you ever need to make an announcement, you know, if you want to share something with the trading card community, please feel free to come here and do it. We'd love to have it.
Thank you so much. I will definitely reach out for any cool announcements that I might have, and I might. So
Yeah.
might soon. I mean, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, we'll stay in touch. Make sure you're following Jose at the Marvel Card Archive on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, make sure you join the official Marvel Trading Card Facebook group. It's a great place to connect and collect and to sell and to find out more about what's happening in the future of Marvel trading cards. Running Back Collectibles is also on Instagram. Give him a follow. And then the legend, as you got to know him today, OCD Marvel Sketch Card, Matt Fuller, give him a follow on Instagram as well. And I think everyone's following Bella. I would love to have another show with you one day, Bella, to talk about how you have approached your social media aspect of being an artist. One day, I think that would be a great conversation as well.
Of course.
Yeah. Right. Well, look, guys, if we don't have anything else, that'll be it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video. If you enjoyed this video, the interview with Miss Bella, and the art reveal from Jose, Matt, and Jason, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. But as always, I hope you have a marvelous day.
Thanks, everyone.